And we're back. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Elrath, and we can actually get that scroll deciphered for us. And having done that, we actually learned the deflect spell. So we're definitely going to swap that, put that in somewhere. Question is where. We seem to have run out of hotkeys. That's rather unfortunate. And I'd like to keep all the ones that we currently have, but this is quite a dilemma. What do we have on F8? Heal. I suppose we could drop heal. With deflect, we probably won't be taking all that much damage anyway. So I guess we'll drop heal for the time being. And we'll put mirror image in its place, and we'll put deflect in F12. There we go. So we now have a much better array of buffs, and deflect should keep us alive against almost all types of magical projectiles. And with that done, we can now go and jump to where Felik is and get the Earthstone from him and see what he has to say, if anything. Probably not much. It's also at this point, if you've been using his apprentice this whole time, you can bring the apprentice back to Felik, and they'll actually go through a naming ceremony for Felik's apprentice. And Felik's apprentice will also be granted some sort of item, a robe of some kind, which you can then steal if you want to use. But I never saw fit to use Felik in this playthrough, so we don't have him, unfortunately. And with simply by asking, we can get the Earthstone back, and there it is. And I thought it was rather odd that they just sort of handed it over. I would have thought they'd want some more clearance for it, considering how important it was considered during the early parts of the game. But apparently now it's no big deal, I guess. Anyway, with that done, we can now head over to the portal and hand over the items to... Oh, I never got the necklace. I must have missed it. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording here. Head back to the Naga area. Apparently, I got overexcited on all the items we found, and never actually found the necklace. So I'll pause the video here and get back to the Naga land and pick up the necklace. Then I'll start the recording up again. All right, see you then. Hello and welcome back. Sorry about that. I totally missed the necklace in my overzealousness. And if you click on this guy, he's actually a Naga chieftain. And in addition to the brood token that all of the Naga have that let you get into this area, he also has the Guardian's necklace, which you can then pluck off his corpse and take with you. And with that done, we can now head back to the Guardian, the Astral Guardian, and get her to open up the portal for us so we can confront the Shaman once and for all, and their influence here on the astral plane and the material plane, and the influence they're apparently having over Queen Nanessi. And if you go talk to Queen Nanessi, you can at this point you can actually she's not very receptive, considering, especially compared to how receptive she was just previously, and or rather, back in the second chapter, she was rather warm and inviting to us back then, as if you recall, she's actually even slightly flirtatious. But if you go and talk to her now, she's very cold and angry and rather annoyed, as I suppose anyone would be if their soul was being tampered with. Anyway, if you head back up here and find the Astral Guardian again, you can hand the items over. You can also ask her about the lurkers, who are important to the Earthstone. And with that done, she will open the portal for you, and you can go inside and see what you find. Now, the head battle is actually probably one of the more difficult in the game. You definitely might have some trouble with this, especially as the warrior. Likely as the scout, but matter what happens, just keep your chin up and try to do your best. You can always try a couple of times. I actually didn't save here, so hopefully I'll do alright. As you can see, we immediately get hit by a hold spell, which is rather unfortunate. But the shaman are making good use of the same spells that we are. And as you can see, our copies have actually disappeared on us, which is rather unfortunate. So I think I'm going to have to retreat for a second and let my mana recharge, since they were doing rather well and I was doing rather poorly, unfortunately. And just swap out for the heal spell. I'm actually rather lucky I survived, I think. And let our mana recharge. I think you can only cast this spell when your mana's full, but I'm not exactly sure on that completely. I could be wrong. But anyway, we're going to head back inside and try to finish this battle. And come on. We'll cast our buffs back up, and then summon our copies. Summon our copies. Come on. There we go. And once we do that, we'll get back into the fray, and hopefully have a better job of it this time. But we seem to be getting the hold spell cast on us quite a lot, unfortunately. But I think we've taken out another one now. And that only leaves a few left, I think. Let's see here. I think that might be all of them. Yep, looks like we won. And there's a few ones that are dead already because we slew their projections, so they died as soon as we did that. And if we go over here, we can start looting them, and they have quite a few things on them. Mostly rings for the most part, but we'll take all of their stuff that we can find. This guy just has some protection rings. This guy doesn't have anything. This guy has another ring of protection from the ring of protection for defense. It's not really worth it, but there it is. This guy has a blistering book of the volcano. It lets you cast a spell called Flame Strike, and it sort of is a fiery goat type spell. I'll show you what it looks like, actually. Unfortunately, in order to cast it, you have to equip it first, so that sort of makes it not terribly viable. At least I don't think so anyway. Where is it? Here we go. Flame Strike. 78 to 156 heat damage. It's like a little flamethrower. What do you know? And so that's a pretty cool item. We're finding lots of mystical books these days. And this guy has Ring of Meditation. Now that's an interesting item. +5 recharge rate and -5 restriction. It's a pretty decent item overall. And another Ring of Greater Protection from Magic. And this guy has Queen Nessie's Heart Jar. Wow, what is that? That sounds devious indeed. So we'll definitely be taking that. And the Ring of Greater Health. Well, that was a job well done. And with that, we can now head back to Avalon. But I think we'll have a chat with the Astral Guardian first. And she says we should go talk to the mages about it. And if you notice, there seem to be a number of people here. And they're actually the restored lurkers who have been restored to their natural forms. And they all wear white robes, apparently. And if you talk to one of them, I can't remember which one. I think it's this guy. Yes. Ugh. Yeah. It might be this one, actually. Let's see. One of them gives you a spell, but I can't remember which one it is. That's... one of them gives you a spell. I do know that for sure. Oh, it might be this one. Let's see. No, not that one. No. Oh wait, one of them gave it to us already. Sorry. One of them gives you the Great Hand spell, which deals 138 to 207 crushing damage. And overall, it's probably better than the Great Wolf spell, I think. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure. I think the Great Hand is probably better because it targets one. It has one damage type as opposed to two, so they're less likely to resist it. But anyway, that's enough for this video. I'll see you next time.